So good evening everyone. Um Wherever what time you're watching the video, good day everybody. So today is one video I've decided to show you guys on volatility 75, right? So I took a trade on volatility 75 few days ago. So I just want to do a recap of how the trade played out and how I was able to flip an account with the trade, right? So first you want to do what? First you want to look out for what? You want to look out for the directional bias of the market as a whole. You want to know where the market is coming from. You want to be able to utilize if you could trade against the market or trade with the market. I don't know if you understand. So yeah, this on VIT75. VIT75 has been bearish for some months now. You get, for some days now, VIT75 has been bearish to the downside. So I'm still bearish on V75 till this week. You get, but this week once price broke out from this structure here, I think this my structure on the daily time frame wasn't holding again because I was looking out for sales here. So price sold to some point and it came all the way up and we got stopped out. You get. So if you're familiar with me and if you've been with me, you see that I trade the structure, liquidity, and all of that. You get, with most of candlesticks patterns, right? So I think this is what I had on the daily time frame on V75. I was looking out for sales here. So but price did what? Price stopped us out and didn't hold our structure on the daily time frame. But let's go down to the lower time frame to check what V75 did last week. So this is what I had on V75. Let me do a quick trade recap for you guys on V75. So I came down on the 30 minutes. You get 30 minutes. Now if you check the 30 minutes, at some point, yeah, you get this basic market structure, right? This was the low. Identify this as what? The low on V75, and price did what? Price broke structure to the upside at this point, right? Price broke structure on the upside at this point. So normal for a trending market or for a bullish market, we expected price to do what? Take out this liquidity. This was what we had as of that time on V75. Take out this liquidity and probably react from this POI. In minutes, let me remove this stuff. Okay, and probably react from where this POI. So I think price did what? Price came, reacted from the POI and was buying to some point, but we eventually got stopped out for some reason that I do not know till now. You get, because I was still bullish on V75. I wanted V75 to come take out this high. You get, but we got stopped out. So now let's see what I did after being stopped out. I think I was stopped out on this trade. I was down with some rates on this trade. So I waited for price to do what? I noticed that price gave us what? Another structure here on the 30 minutes. So I identified this what? My POI on the 30 minutes. Identified my POI on the 30 minutes and I identified structural liquidity, right? So that's our structural liquidity there, and I identified a sweep of liquidity at this point. You get. So let me zoom that in a little bit. Identify that as what? Sweep of liquidity and structural liquidity, and we have this as what? Protected low on V75. Now let's see what V75 did. Now normally I think I waited for this trade. Trade came all the way, took out structural liquidity and sold, but it did not create us what? It did not give us another. Okay, I think it took out structural liquidity and gave us what? Another lower. Yeah, at this point, right? But I was still waiting patiently for price to come all the way to my POI. Now this is the point where most traders get it wrong. You get the patience part. You get, you don't need to rush into trade. You just want market to do what you want market to do. You get, normally I would have seen price as taking out my structural liquidity. I would have been pissed off. You get, because price ignored my POI. But we're still watching out for the market, right? So let's see how I got my entry on this POI, right? Now this is on the 30 minutes. Now you get this on the 30 minutes time frame. So let's see how I got into the trade. Now this is, I think this is where then your SL is somewhere around here. Then we have this as what your take profit. But before we do that, let's see how I got into the trade. Now I get into trades with my 5 minutes, mostly of my 5 minutes, and mostly with what my 10 minutes. You get. So let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on this. Now let me delete this out. Let's go to the 10 minutes. Okay. No, I think this is on the 15 minutes. You get this on the 15 minutes. I think I got my entry on the 15 minutes. Yeah, I think I got my entry on the 15 minutes. So you have this POI here, our point of interest there, right? And I have this as what price inside what my POI. Now this is where this is where the most important part of my trading comes in. You get, because of the way I stack and all of that. You get, I want to look out for what? I want to look out for how to enter the market, how to go full margin, how to maximize what leverage. You get, how to maximize leverage. So what I looked out for was, once I saw price giving us what? Giving us this indecision candles. You get, what is it giving me? It's telling me that price is ready to what? It's ready to sell off. You get, it's ready to sell off. You see these dodgy candles? Yeah. You get, these are all reversal candlesticks telling you that price is what is ready to reverse to the downside. We what at this your POI level. You get, with your entry model structure. You get everything intact. So all you want to do is what? You want to get that precise entry on the market. And where do you think I personally will get the precise entry? Normally for me, I think the close of this candle, you get, the close of that candle is where I would have gotten my precise entry, which that's what I did. Although I was a little bit skeptical about my entry at the first place, but I just had to give in a little risk and it actually played out. So I got my entry there, and my stop loss is always above the candle. You get, anything, if price does this, if price do this, come up here and all the way up here, it's simply telling me that it has invalidated this candlestick confirmation entry gave. You understand? This candlestick confirmation entry gave. Now if you ask me why was I skeptical at the first place for not taking this trade, was that if you see the way, if you see the close of candles do matters a lot. You get, the close of candles. Now the close of this candle, it closed with a very long wick. You can see the wick here. Close of this candle closed with a very long wick, which wasn't right. You get, it was supposed to close with a full body candle. You get, then I would have actually risked what? I've actually risked higher. You get, so price closed with a weak candle, and I got my entry here at the close of that 15 minutes candle. You get, so I got my entry there, my stop loss at this point. You get, and you're taking your profit at what? This level. You get, taking your profit at this level. So that's that. Quick sell off. You get that TP hit. You get TP hit. These such trades, you don't want to swing them, because you know that your trade, you don't know where price is coming from, and you don't know where price is heading to on the higher time frame. You get, so you don't want to swing trades, such trades. You get, you just want to, okay, you're targeting what? The next low. And so that after price matched the next low, it gave us this massive buys to the upside. You get, give us this massive buys to the upside. So practically now, I won't be bearish on V75. I'll keep on looking out for what? For more buy structures on my lower time frame. Till price shows me a good structure on the daily time frame, and I might be looking out for again. You get, so I think that's the trade recap on V75 that I took last week. I feel this would help you guys out there. You get, this would definitely help you guys out there. So there's nothing really bad. Just know what you're doing, know the candlesticks patterns very well, and you're good to go. You get precise entries. You get, so that you stack well, you leverage on accounts well, you flip accounts very well. You get, this trade alone can get you $10 to $500 if you know what you're doing. It can get you $1,000 to $5,000. It can get you $10,000 to 50K if you know what you're doing. You get, so this video I'm putting out there, I feel it should help someone out there. All right, thank you and have a good day. See you all later on our next video.